I quit brushing my teeth at nighttime for years in the stack of bad habits that I had built up. Habits compound, good or bad. And the nightly routine was to pass out intoxicated, spending as much time consuming just junk, bad food, bad content. Right before I took that year-long road trip, 1,300 miles from home, living in this SUV we're talking from, on mountaintops, beaches, and beautiful places, starting my business while quitting drinking and quitting antidepressants, I went to the dentist and things were not good. So I had just quit drinking. I'm pretty sure this was within, a few days, a week of my last drink. And I realized, well, this is a habit that I have to completely lock into. This is something that I can't miss ever. This is ridiculous. This has to change. There's a huge lesson here that I want you to stick around for. Now, there were a few times it wasn't really a habit yet. I ended up out there in the Central Coast. I had no plan. I left home with $700 to my name and just a vision to do something better and make a difference. And there was a couple times where I had forgotten. Just wasn't really a habit again yet. Going out there, I went out in the fall, and it was rainy. It was cold. There were nights that it got frosty. It was muddy. It was not comfortable. As many of the cool videos and stories I have to tell about it, I wish I would have more of the rough times to show you, because it was rough. It was really uncomfortable. And there was a couple times where I forgot, and I realized in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 in the morning, I have to do this. It's raining outside. It's muddy. I don't have any running water or any facilities in here. So I went outside and brushed my teeth, walking around in the mud, getting rained on, got back inside wet and cold, and tucked into my sleeping bag and finished the night. So the thing behind this that I want to get out is that, like I said, habits compound, good or bad. And I will continue to beat this drum until the day I die, that fitness is the foundation for everything else that we can do for ourselves, for our community, for the world, for our families. Fitness is the foundation to elevation, period. But there's something upstream of fitness, and that's habits. If you don't have good habits, you won't have good fitness. Nothing else is going to work out the way you can. It's not going to go to the level that it should or could. So, with this fitness was how I caught that light late. Fitness was the beginning of all of these habits for me. Right now, I was still passing out drunk a lot of times, and because alcohol, you only get 5 hours of bad sleep at the most, and then you wake up, your body is fighting all those chemicals and toxins, so you're going to wake up, and I was able to wake up and go to the gym because I was drinking at night. But at least the fitness started the habit. The fitness started before the brushing the teeth or anything else. So over time, fitness led to quitting drinking through, a real beautiful and uncomfortable story that we'll continue to reference. And there's more videos about that. And then, so fitness led to quitting drinking. I also worked on diet and nutrition the whole time. I was working on that before fitness, and it's something you learn, you develop. You're addicted to just the crap that our bodies are used to putting in them. So, that's an evolution. So we've got fitness, then we've got alcohol, nutrition, and it just keeps going. You start to learn more and more and get better and better about the things you get put into your body, the things you put into your body, the things you ask of your body and you get out of your body. And, years later, so I'm 4.5 years into this journey, 2.5 years since my last drink. And now, I do 3:30 a.m. wake-ups and workouts every day. It's Monday morning, legs day. Start the week with the hardest day before anybody else is even up that I work around. My nutrition is completely on point. I eat the same thing every single day. My meals are spaced out every single day. It's really good, but it's going to continue to get better. I've now added yoga into my schedule twice a week. I wear this Fitbit. I make sure I'm always getting steps and activity. Weather's getting good. I'm back out riding my bike consistently. All of this stuff. Now, on day one, it would have been impossible, and I'm not telling you that this is the way your life needs to look. Not at the beginning. What you need to do is lock in on a couple of consistent habits. This is a lifelong journey that we're all starting. I expect that this is going to look a lot different for me as time continues to evolve. I know it will. And, one of my new habits is that my purpose on this planet is talking to you, is getting these valuable lessons out, helping people start the momentum that I needed help starting and understanding, getting the right message to the right people at the right time. To build the comeback camp for men, which you've probably seen a few shots of that if you watched a couple of these videos. I bought and built a 4x4 camper on a new truck. I bought a piece of land out in the middle of the mountains in Colorado with a well, very little building restrictions, and I've completely shaped my life in a way that it's so weird and wouldn't make sense to most people in America. But for me, it's the steps that I have to take because I'm still in my comeback. I had failed business, lost all my money and my credit, life-changing injury. I'll be dealing with it for the rest of my life. Marriage and divorce. There's a lot of things behind this, and I'm not just sitting on a fat stack of cash. I'm struggling every day to keep moving forward and try not, really understand that the best investment that I can make now, even though I've deeply delved into finance and economics, and I truly see the matrix and understand what's actually going on, what works, how money works, how to make money work, but I don't have enough money to do a whole lot with it. So I've got my small bits of investments, and I over allocated. I should have been putting more of that into us. And so now, even though there's a lot of opportunity I see coming up, the best investment I can make is into myself, my mission, and this vision to building this amazing thing with you. And again, upstream of everything, upstream of the foundation of fitness is habits. And those habits will compound, good or bad. This is not a straight line up. This is going to be sometimes challenging and rocky, especially during the biggest, most uncomfortable changes, like getting into the gym, like cutting the vices out of your life. Obviously for me, alcohol was a big one, but there's just everything around alcohol. When I first got home, and I was still, after my divorce, after building this life in a ski town for 7 years, thinking that was the direction, which that's actually a horrible place for a lot of people. If you're in a place where you don't have yourself locked in on all your habits, ski town is horrible, because the only purpose there is to survive and shred and get. Man, now I got to come back and find that and edit it out. But that is ski town life. And it is very hard, man, when you got to come up with 3 months of rent ahead of time for a $5,000 a month studio, and then you make a stack of cash for about 3 months in the winter and maybe a couple months in the summer, and you live a ridiculous life full of bad habits, bad financial habits, financial habits too. Those are another thing. So, it all starts with fitness, but without habits, the fitness doesn't matter. So once you commit to changing the direction of your life, you can't even understand. I had no idea where this was going 4.5 years ago. I had no idea that this could be where I'm at, that all this stuff could have started happening, that my purpose was going to come out of my addiction. And so when you decide to start working out, you don't decide to do it casually. You commit yourself no matter what. No matter what. You go in there, this last winter, I'm back here in Kansas now after living up in the mountains. It got snowy. They shut the gym down for a couple days, and I was in a big cut and big on cardio. And, I wasn't going to go outside in the ski pants at that time and just terrible snow. So I started doing burpees. Dude, that is some hard cardio. That one is no joke. I got my cardio, and I guarantee you with those burpees, I have my weight set. You'll see when I'm driving around in the other vehicle. It's usually sitting there in the passenger seat with a bench, and I set up the weight set at home. When I travel, when I don't have access to gyms, I set up my weight set and out in nature and work out in beautiful places, or I've done it in some crappy places. There might be times where I go inside of the client's shop here, surrounded by all kinds of different mechanical stuff. So, if there's a message today that is one of those foundational messages that I will continue to come back on, just like fitness is the foundation for everything, habits are upstream of that. Habits are the foundation for everything. You can't have good fitness without good habits. And once you get your fitness habits developed, those habits will continue to compound. And as long as you stay committed, as long as you don't fall back, as long as you keep moving in the same direction, even when the new habits are rocky, once you commit to them, you cannot stop. And 3 or 4 years later, when you stick with all these things you commit to, you look in the mirror, your identity is something completely different. You're unrecognizable to the people that have known you when you talk to them about your vision and your mission. And we'll have another video about this, because I heard it in a lot of places. Man, but my biggest haters are the closest people to me. I make them really uncomfortable. They see me elevating. They don't understand what's going on. I'm a mirror. They start seeing something that makes them very uncomfortable within themselves, and I don't know if they can truly understand it. So we'll talk about that another day. But today, and in the future, we're going to keep talking about habits and fitness and how these habits will continue to compound. And I'm going to keep showing you that this continues to grow and develop for me. And I want to watch you as you continue, either start or continue to grow and develop too. And as long as you keep coming here to hear my message, it also makes it to where I don't have a choice, right? Like, it was kind of scary at first when I was done with alcohol and I started talking about it. I was like, man, I can't go back. This is my future. This is my purpose. This is why I'm here on this planet. I can never drink again. I have to talk to you about it. I have to have the receipts. I can never miss my workouts. I have to have the receipts. I can never eat crap. I haven't eaten fast food for years. I had Taco Bell in October of 2023. That was the last fast food. That was an emergency situation. I hadn't yet locked into all this. I still have Chipotle burrito bowls and Qdoba burrito bowls. What is that? It's meat, rice, and veggies and beans. That is still congruent with everything I'm doing. I don't eat bad at all, ever. So, you can do this. Not everybody will. And I really hate when people say, I can do it, you can do it too. No, I did it. Can you? I challenge you. I believe it's possible, but it's up to you. Check you tomorrow.